So I thought it'd be fun to show you a completely unedited lap of what we do on our Great One whitetail grind on Mississippi Acres. We have not had a diamond, a rare, anything like that in a very long time now. We're right around 220 kills, 219 to be exact. All level twos, zero level three whitetail at all. So no trolls either, nothing. So this is my layout. If you want to see how it is, you can see all my tents. Obviously outposts that I have unlocked, and then tripods as well. And this is going to be different for everybody's map. Obviously, you might have more whitetail zones along this edge here. I just have these two here. And then you might have some different ones up here throughout these lakes. I don't have very many up in a lot of these lakes. So I don't have to deal with kind of walking through a lot of these. You might have to. This lake, I have none. I actually think I have one that I need to discover here. I just recently went over here and checked it out again. So we'll do that in this lap, but we're just going to get going. I always start down at the bottom here. It's currently 10:05. Whitetail drink time is from 8 to 11, but I'll be showing you just how we go through everything. So I start down in the bottom left corner of the map, and I take a peek over here. Oops. The hard thing about Mississippi Acres is that if you're in a position like this, where this is the whitetail drink zone, probably what happened is an alligator cruised through here. So this zone is completely useless for this run, which just sucks. You know, you missed that whole lap. I also have a whitetail zone here, but I know that it is a level 1 only zone, so I'm just going to skip over it. And then I'm going to come up the coast, and I'm going to go to this zone. I think if I had to go back and choose again, I would not choose Mississippi Acres for this grind. Simply because of the gators. It's so common. I mean, you can see here, we have a whitetail drink zone. They drink from 8 to 11. And right here, we have an alligator rest zone, and they sleep from 8 to 12. And like right here, we have a whitetail drink zone and an alligator sleep zone. So it makes it really difficult to come over. I haven't figured out what time is best to come out. Whitetail generally aren't in their zone till, I don't know, an hour or so late, like every other animal in this game. So going early hasn't helped. Sometimes later in the rest zone can work, or the later in the time, the in-game time can work. This is the other thing that can be a little rough about Mississippi, is this is how you have to approach all of your zones. So we see a level 2 there. I am doing herd management, so I'm going to leave that level 1. And then we're going to do our best to get into a position where we can take a shot on him without alerting any of these guys. We actually have a level 2 here as well. I think I'm going to take this one. Now, I am doing the 50 inline as a challenge for myself, so I can only take one in zones, usually. Sometimes we'll get lucky and get a follow-up shot, but typically we can't get the reload off and also be able to find another whitetail. So then we're just going to run up and we're going to grab them, add them to our tracker. And yeah, the reload of this weapon is pretty long, so that's why typically we don't get that follow-up kill, unless sometimes the animals do get kind of stuck in their zone. I'm sure if you've played this game, you've seen that happen before. But we're going to add another level 2 to our list, so we're at 220 level 2s. And there he is. And then we're just going to fast travel back to this tent, and we're going to head north to that drink zone. After... The initial few laps will feel a little weird regardless of where you're grinding on. See, so we have alligators running through. That's our whitetail zone. So all of these alligators, they have already spooked our whitetail away. So we're now at 50% of our zones being usable. But what I was saying is your first few laps are going to feel a little weird while you get into a rhythm. This is the end of this line for me. This whole area, this whole like bank, has no more drink zones. So I now start heading up the river, and I'll go all the way up the river. You'll find a groove that works for you, a pattern through your map that works based on your own drink zones. Obviously, they're going to be very different from my drink zones, similar areas, but depending on the paths that you have to take where you set up your own tents will really change the way that you go across the map. So see now, these guys are already alerted. We're over 300 yards out. I know that there is a alligator rest zone nearby, so we have to take a shot. There we go. We nailed them barely. That was sketchy, but that's what we usually have to do at this zone, so I was already kind of ready for it. Otherwise, that would have been another wasted zone, you know? So you just gotta be on your toes on this map. So, but that's good. That's 3 out of the 5 zones we've been to that we've been able to take a whitetail. Usually I'm at 2 of 5 at this point. So the grind is definitely a slow one, and having that 50 inline is really making it even slower. But we usually, well, not usually, about 50% of the time we can get a follow-up kill from this zone. So I'm just going to look, see if we can get one. It's not looking like we're going to be able to. A lot of the time, since we're taking that shot at about 300 yards, maybe a little bit further, the animals react much slower. So sometimes you get a straggler like this one, but you'll get that level 2 straggler going out that way, and sometimes you're able to pick them off. So yeah, we're gonna run around. I know our guy's over there, but we have to run over here. And here's the alligators. So those are the alligators that were alerting these whitetail. I'm telling you, they are quite a nuisance. If the alligator rest time was just a little bit offset from whitetail, even if there was only like an hour gap and you had to pay constantly to reset to that hour gap, I'd do it. Because it would probably double how quickly we would be able to get kills. So often you get to a zone and it's empty, or the animals are alerted like this. We've been getting pretty good at taking those really long shots like that. So that's been good, but it's not ideal. And who knows, maybe there was a diamond in that group, you know? It's really hard to know because we just have to very, very quickly take a glance at what's going on. So that's the next one. We're going to continue up the river. It's the way it just works for me. Keeps it in my head. At this point, it's pretty just muscle memory what it is that I need to do. And I'll continue all the way up the river. Then I'll hit all the lakes on the right side of the map and then go all the way to the top. So yeah, I don't know exactly how long it usually takes me to do a lap. So it'll also be interesting to learn that in this video. This zone, often the deer are spooked by gators, but that is not the case this time. So that's great. A really small level 2. And I think there's a level 1 out front. Yeah. So we have a 116 to 157 scoring whitetail out here that we're going to take. The whitetail grind, I gotta be just honest, it has not been my favorite so far. And it's probably just because I have not been particularly lucky. I know I got a huge melanistic right as we started this map, an initial spawn here. But literally since that melanistic and that albino, there has been just nothing. And we've killed 200 whitetail since then. So a bit of a bummer. In situations like this, it's exactly why I brought the collar as part of my loadout here, so that I can just get them to move. I don't have to sit here and wait for them to present me with a shot. And where the heck are you going, man? I swear, it's always the bigger species, or the bigger trophy rating, that takes the weird path. So we'll call again. Hopefully they get a little run out. They'll usually come within about, I don't know, 60 meters or so before spooking. So we should be okay as far as that goes. And there's our opportunity. All right. Another one down. And since we're doing herd management, I'll also kind of go over that in this guide, I guess. Herd management for whitetail, it's very simple, really. What you want to do is you want to shoot level 2s and level 3s, leave all of your level 1s. And the way herd management works, from my understanding, is every map has a trophy rating limit. So say there can be 100 deer on the map, and the total rating for all the deers can be like 200. doubtful that's anywhere close to accurate, but say that that's the case. So out of those 100 deer, if you have 50 of them that are level 2s, then there's only 100 rating left, right? I know that's very confusing, but that's basically how it works. And so it's basically abusing the way that the game can spawn in animals. Oh, cool, the last tier there. Nice little bonus. So it's basically abusing the way that the game can spawn animals. And so you leave the level 1s in to fill in the gaps for the trophy rating, so that the hope is that that level 10 can spawn in. A little bit weird, but that's the idea behind it, from what I understand. This is another zone where often there just aren't deer. Ooh, we actually have some, and they are very close. Okay, that guy is probably alerted to us based on his behavior. Let's see though. Is that another female? Why are you in the worst spot? Yeah, it's another female. We have a level 2. Okay, cool. Something we can take. Wow. Let's see if the trees decide to clip. A little low, and yep, they do. So, miss out on that one. Let's go to our next zone. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I just need to be a little bit more patient, and it'd pay off in spots like that. Some trees, though, on some maps, you can kind of thread the needle through, and generally I'm decent at remembering which one is where. So hopefully I'll remember next time I get to that zone. I can't shoot through that tree. But that's fine. It's one more whitetail that we didn't get. And yeah, you know, I'd love to see a great one spawn on this map, though. I just think it looked really cool. This was a giant whitetail zone, a huge one. I'm talking probably 15 whitetail or so. It was where we originally got the melanistic and the albino. But since taking them, it's been just a group of 4 females. And I don't know what happened there, but I keep checking it just because I feel like I want to know. And this will be the last zone that we check before we reset time. Now that it's about 10:50, things will usually take off 10:55 to 10:59. So we're right out here. We do spawn in pretty close to these guys, but they do not care. And there are 2 level 1s in here, a bunch of females, and then typically there's a level 2 that, of course, spawns back behind these bushes. Sometimes he's here, sometimes it's not. So what I've been doing is just running up. You can see that they are now alert, and if I come over to the left a little bit, usually they will run out to the right, including that level 2 that's behind. So you can see that our female is running out, or no, that's level 1 is running out that way. They're running kind of in both directions. But typically, if that level 2 is already in here, he'll start running across to the right. You can see all of them moving in that direction now. So I just want to keep an eye out, see if he comes, and if he doesn't, then he either has spawned in as something else by now, or he just decided not to be here this time. So then our next zone is way up here. We have one here, but it's all level 1s. Actually, I think I just discovered this past lap that a level 2 had spawned in that zone. So I actually need to move this tent, which will be a good way for me to show you how to position tents. So first we're going to go to this zone to the east, so just so that we can save time running back to the tent before we pick it up. We are maxed out on how many tents we can have on this map, so we can't just simply place a new one. So 250 yards out, we'll see if they're here. Oh wait, I think we might, yeah, we need to reset the time actually. So we're going to fast travel back to the tent. We'll reset time. Whitetail drink time is 8 to 11. However, if I set it to any time before 9, whitetail are not there, I generally set it to 9:05-ish, which even further limits the amount of time that you have between resets, but between time resets. But I mean, it's that, or you sit there just waiting for the whitetail to come out. It also can get pricey to reset the time over and over again, and still, I mean, you can see that either the whitetail aren't here or there's alligators nearby, and that's at 9, so they still are not in their zone. So we're just gonna run back to the tent real quick. I could probably fast travel and save like a few seconds, but I'm not too worried about it. And then we're going to pick it up and we're going to place it in between these two zones. And the reason for that is so that way we can just run to one zone, take the shot, fast travel back to the tent. Oh, my inventory capacity is reached. It's been reset. All right. There we go. So then we can just fast travel to the tent, go to one zone, fast travel back to the tent, go to the other zone. I know this marker probably isn't exactly in the middle, but that's fine. We'll get it closer as we get closer. It's just kind of a first start. Another thing you want to do while you're doing stuff like this is take the time to make sure no new zones have spawned. I have gone back and explored my entire map multiple times at this point. I'm not sure how many times, but we've explored our full map multiple times because we've been getting really strange spawns, males spawning in as females, things like that one huge zone moving to a female only zone. Generally, when weird things like that starts happening, it's indicative that there's a great one either on your map or close to spawning on your map. Just weird things starts happening. But I have not spotted anything like that. I still haven't even found a level 3, let alone a great one. So I'm not sure how much knowledge is put into that versus just people saying that that's the case. Now, what you want to do is you want to get just to a point where you're pretty close to even. So we're right here in the bottom right of the screen. You can see we are 600 yards from this drink zone, and we're 600 yards from this drink zone. So we can place this down just wherever, and then we're good. And that's all you have to do to set your tent zones, and you can move them around as needed, obviously. So we're going to just run over to this zone now, see if there's anything over here. And yeah, it's basically, this is just, usually I'll watch Netflix or YouTube or something while I'm doing this. And yeah, it's just a lot of running around your map, shooting whitetail. You put in the hours, the great one, he'll come one way or another. Even if there is one on your map and you maybe get a second one to spawn, it's possible. So yeah, I'd be really curious if someone's done a ridiculous challenge video, like getting multiple great ones to spawn in one zone so you can get multiple of them in like one screenshot. Would be wild. But I'm pretty doubtful that someone's done that. I'm curious if it's possible though. So yeah, like right now my hands are just off the keyboard. I'd just be watching. Oh god. Go away, Java. What is happening? Okay, that was weird. Java was unhappy for a second, I guess. Anyway, usually I just set my character to auto run and I'll be hands off on the keyboard and then be watching something on the second screen. But this is the big bummer on Mississippi. This is where the big time wastes come in, where at that tent back there, we ran all the way over here and our whitetail aren't even here. That's a huge bummer. This whole, basically our time reset has been just wasted money because we went to both of these zones and we got literally nothing from it. Now this is our first interesting zone here. So I have a tent right on the beach. And the reason for that, whenever this decides to load in, is, as you can see, our zones are across the water. Now, I tried messing around over on that side. You can see our little tripod there, trying to get into better positions, but it just wasn't working out. This zone in particular, it's super heavily forested all the way around, and I don't have that many tents. So these are the two zones that I am cheating That's one of the biggest whitetail. That's diamond potential. But I am sort of cheating here. And oops, I have been using the 308 over in these two zones just to try and save probably 15 minutes a lap of just running. I don't want to do that. If we end up with like a guaranteed diamond or a rare or something like that, I'm absolutely going to go and take them with the 50 inline. I'm kind of considering changing that to the rules for this grind, is using the 308 for everything and then using the 50 inline for just rares and diamonds, anything like that we get. I think would be fun and fair and still in the spirit of what I'm trying to do here. But for now, I'm just going to continue on as is. Let me know what you think about that. If you think that that's fair, if you think it's cheating, if you think the challenge is just dumb anyway, and it doesn't matter how I do it. I'm sure there's people who think that. So let me know. Be as blunt as you would like. I have thick skin. I promise I can take it. So we're going to get in a good position here. I'm definitely going to take that guy in the back first. We're at kind of an awkward distance, but that's fine. We're going to zero for 330, and then we're going to aim low. So we smoked him. Let's see about this guy. We're just going to put 2 in him. Yeah, there we go. So we got both of them. Great. Awesome. And then we're going to come over. Actually, that zone is faster from this side, so we should probably move that tent. I'll try and remember to do it next time to where it's just directly across from the other whitetail we have there. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think I am going to switch it to using the 308 on just level 2s and things like that, and using the 50 inline for diamonds and rares. I think that that's just going to make it go a little bit faster, be a little more bearable, because this has been pretty terrible. And I think that's still, for me, in the spirit of the challenge that I want to do. So yeah, I think that's going to be how I proceed. I know most of you probably don't care about that part of the challenge. But to me, it makes it just a little bit more exciting, a little bit more interesting than just coming out and using the best gun every single time, you know? But anyway, we have another level 2 here. So in the spirit of changing that challenge, let's go ahead. We're going to 0 for 164. I'm just going to wait for my heart rate for a quick second. And then we'll aim a little high. Oh, that was weird. Oh, we got a lung though. Okay. Usually they just go down no problem, but we got them. So now we're going to run on over and we will grab that guy. And then we will go back to this tent, run down and pick up those 2 whitetail that we took. Now, typically, you want to pick up all of the spawns during your grind. One, it's going to help with your funds. As you can see in the top right, after 2 grinds, I still only have 232,000. And that is because you can have, I think it's 16 tents on each map. And the tents cost $16,000 each. So they are not cheap by any means. And having that extra money is going to help you with your next grind. By the time I finished the moose grind, I think I had like $500,000 or $600,000. And so restocking on bullets, on fresh guns, and bullets for a fresh grind, and then also buying 16 more tents, it's expensive. So be sure that you're out doing that. Because otherwise you're just going to waste a whole bunch of your money just being on the ground. And I've also heard that it can actually negatively impact your grind by leaving your trophies on the ground. I don't know if there's any validity to that, or if that's just something that people say. Very transparently, there is a lot of unknowns about Great One grinds. A lot of it is just coming out and shooting things. It's part of the reason why I wanted to do this, the herd management. That's what it's called. It's part of the reason why I wanted to do herd management, was to kind of compare and see if there's actually any valid argument to be made for it. I know that stacking zones is something that is pretty proven at this point, where you just let diamonds sit at your zones, and eventually rares and more diamonds just start spawning like crazy. I don't know how applicable that is to great ones. I personally am not interested in stacking zones, but I also said that about great ones, right? I said when I set out that great ones wasn't something I was super interested in. So maybe I'll change my mind there at some point. I don't really know. For now, that's not something that super interests me. I do like to go out and earn my kills, earn my trophies, whether it's herd management, which you still have to put in the hours for herd management, even if you get a good flow going, from what I hear, or doing a normal grind, which the Moose Great One grind, I got a moose in 900 kills. We're over 200 for the whitetail, so it's not like an amazing difference so far. Also, this was the potential diamond, obviously nowhere close. So I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm just logging on my phone how many kills we're at, so we're up to 225. That's why some of these harvest screens take a few extra seconds. And then we are going to go to our last area of the river. We're going to go to this tent right on the bridge. So yeah, as of right now, we're like 680 kills behind the Moose Great One, which is definitely significant. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot of time. I'd probably put 10 to 13 hours into getting these 220-ish kills on Mississippi Acres. If we were on a map like Reventuli, probably be closer to approaching 320, maybe even 400 kills, just without all of the alligator spooks, without the horrible line of sights, all that stuff. And then we'd have even more if I wasn't using the 50 inline so much, right? So that's part of the reason that I'm doing this. I think we have a clear shot from here. And I don't mind taking these really long shots. So let's take him. That looked like it should be fine. Oh, we actually had a second one too. Oh man, the second shot was bad on that guy. Oh, we could have taken a follow-up there. Okay, well, let's see if we get either of those. Not feeling too great about that. Probably should have just gotten in closer. I got to run up here anyway. So that, yeah, okay, one of them went down. That was probably the first one. I'm doubtful we will get the second one. We might, if it was far enough forward to get intestines. The thing with whitetail is pretty much one shot to any organ, and they do go down. Sometimes it can be a decently long track, but they will go down. He's still not, this color purple is not the same color as this color purple. You can see them here really easily, where this one's much more opaque. Yeah, this one's still opaque. So we only got the one here. That's fine, though. Second one might go down, but I'm not going to bother tracking him for that far. It's just kind of a waste of time. The first one felt like it could have been a kind of lined up for a heart shot, but clearly we did not get that. Nope, second one just died. I don't know if you just saw on the phone, but it changed colors. I'm not going to go and get that, though. I will count him as a respawn for our counter, since he will be respawned once we reset our game. But for now, we didn't get any on the first one. So which one died? That's interesting. It's probably this one. This bleed rate is low. The other one was very low. So let's go grab this guy. Yeah, he's already down to 50%. So we'll go grab this guy, and then we will fast travel back to the tent and keep on rolling. Also, our time is already to 10:02. So you can see how quickly the in-game time goes through drink time, and you just have to constantly reset. Resetting time gets more and more expensive. And one trick that you can do, which I will occasionally do, is if you just leave your game running while you're doing something else, the amount of money it takes to reset time is an overtime thing. So the longer that you're in game, the longer that you're quote unquote out hunting, the less expensive it is to reset time. So right now, I think I'll check real quick when we go to the tent, but it's probably going to be like 2,000 for me to reset time. Yeah, 1,875. And when we go to reset time, we'll see the difference in how much it costs. And it's going to be significantly cheaper because more time in game has passed. So, one thing you can do is you can wait till the end of a drink time and then go and make lunch, have lunch, something like that. You're going to be coming back and playing the game if that's what you're planning on doing, right? So you might as well do that, and then you'll be able to save potentially a significant amount of money. That number can go all the way down to like $280. So it's a easy way to save like $1,600 if you're gonna go and eat lunch, or even take a trip to the grocery store or something like that. Resetting time, it's well worth just letting your game run, and it doesn't adversely affect anything other than if you want your like Steam in-game playtime to be accurate. Obviously, it won't be if you go and do that because you're just AFK for hours at a time. I could really care less about that though. So here we have another weird zone there, and this is the awkward one that I have on my map right now, where I don't have a fantastic way to get here. I'm maxed out on my tents, so that's why I was trying so hard with that tripod to try and get that whitetail drink zone where I have doubles across the lake, where I take the shots across the lake. I was trying really hard with that one to try and not use two tents on it. And if you have a suggestion for it, please do let me know, because I would more than happily take you up on it. Just to save myself this run here where I just hit auto run. It's not the end of the world. I just hit auto run, watch something on my second screen. But the whole time that I'm traveling here, the in-game time is ticking along, right? So sometimes I have had it where it'll be 10:30 when I leave this outpost and I just don't check the time. Speaking of, I should probably check the time. It's 10:15. So sometimes I'll fast travel to the outpost. It'll be 10:30, 10:40, and then I'll run all the way down here for there to be no whitetail. Me look at the time and realize that it's because I mistimed it and the whitetail have left their zone. So then I have to go fast travel back to that outpost, reset the time, run down here. So it can potentially waste a lot of time if you're not just being careful about it. But overall, it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. In this zone, I have not had issues with alligators, so it's well worth coming to. I have yet to see level 1s spawn in this zone as well. We might have one level 1, but if I remember correctly, they are all level 2s, so it's well worth running to get those respawns as well. And either I get a good solution with a tent, or what would be honestly be great is if the whitetail respawned here as just level 1s, and I just didn't have to worry about it anymore. But for now, we are making this very, very long run, almost a mile, which does take a quick minute. And then not even that, once we take our shot, it's still across the river, right? So then I have to fast travel across the river, go get the whitetail that I took there, and then I can move on. So it's kind of a pain. Well, more than kind of a pain. It's a huge pain, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna try not to worry about it. So, oh, we did get one level 1 to spawn here, so that's good. And then we have a level 2, so we are gonna have to come back here. That's fine though. Is that everything? We have 2 level 2s. So we'll try and take both of these level 2s. We're under 200 yards, so I'm just going to walk in. You can generally run to like 160, but I'm not going to risk that. Oh, wow. The zone is bigger than when I was here last time. Lots of level 1s here. So, okay. We are going to take that shot first, and then we'll take this guy. So, nope, wrong gun. We're using this gun now. That guy, and then there. This is going to be a little hard to see. Where did... Okay. That guy to there. All right. I think we managed to get both pretty easily. So let's look at our hunting pressure. Yeah, we definitely got both. So now we fast travel to here. And this is what I'm talking about, where it's just kind of unfortunate. Gonna take a drink. Ugh, gotta stay hydrated when you're talking this much. So now we run 600 yards up towards where we took those whitetail. And why couldn't whitetail just be like the best way to farm them is out in this zone? Also, my game wanted to spot something there. It was a little weird. Or was that an examine track? I don't know. A lot of times right here, this is where I had a video actually where a whitetail got stuck on one of these trees right here. And it is a very common occurrence. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just happens to be when I'm running by. Maybe they're traveling to a different zone or something like that. But it is very commonplace to just have deer running across right here. And sometimes I can get a free kill out of it. Not always, but sometimes I can. So I try and keep an eye out for that while I'm running between this tree line. Oops, I needed that waypoint actually. There we go. And they come from the right, and they run across the opening right here. So we'll just keep an eye out for that while we continue running along. If you've made it this far into the video, please do drop a subscription, a follow, wherever it is that you're watching. I'd really appreciate it. Helps me out a lot. We're getting closer and closer to 2,000 followers on TikTok, which is really exciting. And we're just under 200 subscribers on YouTube. So YouTube has been the slow burn, but I'm more words are very hard. YouTube has been the slow burn, but I'm excited to see both of those channels growing, and I'm always trying to put forth my best effort. We recently started the Let's Play series of a game called Ghost Runner on YouTube, and it's been fun. The first episode, the mic quality, I don't know what happened, but the recording was just busted, and the mic is super quiet. So the second episode, we got that all fixed up. That was a big bummer for our first Let's Play series, but it is what it is. You live and learn. So I did some test recordings. It was totally fine, but hey, it happened. It is what it is. And so if that's something you're interested in, be sure to check it out. But we are making our way up to that whitetail drink zone now where we took those two. And after all of that running, that took like 40 minutes of in-game time and like 5 minutes of real game time or real game time, real life time. I don't want to spend 5 minutes of my real life running in a video game. You know, I want to be blasting. So there's one of our whitetail, just logging them on my phone. And our second one is right down here. What's even worse at this zone, honestly, is when occasionally one of the whitetail fall in the water, and then you have to sit there, wait for them to get to you, and then you can fast travel and start running. But that's the end of our river run. It ends here. We don't have any more whitetail zones. These are all wild hog zones coming up. So then I go back to the bottom of the map, and I start going through my lakes, which my lakes down here are super spread out as well, a lot more running. It's not the end of the world, but this kind of centrally placed tent is the best I can get. And with the time, it's 10:40, we should be able to get this zone. Now, this zone here is level 1s, but it gives me a good line of sight to get to here, so I can sprint all the way to this zone and then be able to see to here, where generally we have 2, sometimes 3 level 2s. Hopefully we'll see a level 3 at some point. That'd be great, because it's been a lot of laps with not a single level 3. Not a single rare. Nothing. Just level 2s. Silvers, a few golds, sometimes a bronze. The bronzes are pretty rare. It's usually just when I mess up a silver shot and take a few shots at it, or just try to headshot one, something like that. Stuck in a tree. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to when we get a diamond on this grind. I still don't have a diamond whitetail. I've killed hundreds of them now, and I still don't have a diamond whitetail. It's absolutely insane. So I'm hoping it would be cool, you know. It would be the recording luck to get one here, right? Get it in the tutorial video, the video that shows you how to set up on the map. show you how successful it is to use my methods. If there would be at least one diamond, or maybe a cool rare, or a great one, you know, you never know. It could be right around the corner, right here. It would be great if it was. It'd really show off how successful I have been on my whitetail grind. What is? Oh, okay. It's a gray fox. I'm not gonna shoot at the gray fox. So you can see this pretty big zone here. Lots and lots of females, and then we have a level 1, if I can tag them right there, and a level 1 right there. So that is our level 1 zone. The zone that we care about is over there. So we're basically just going to run directly at this zone. And the reason for that is to get a good line of sight. So we're just going to attempt to not get trampled should they run at us, which sometimes they do. Not the most intelligent things in the world. But they are not this time. And luckily in this game, unlike games like Way of the Hunter, and I'm sure other hunting games, when animals run through other animals' zones, it does not spook them. So you don't have to worry about spooking this zone with these animals. And it actually looks like did we get all level 1 spawns here as well? No, we have one level 2. Wow, okay, so we have level 1, a level 1, a level 1, females, and one level 2. So this is what our entire map has been slowly looking like, which generally means that there, at least from my understanding, means that there is a great one on your map, or there's about to be a great one on your map. And I just have not felt that be, oh God, I'm not paying attention. I've not felt that being the case at all. So we'll just drop him with the 50. We're definitely close enough to do so. And then we will move on to our next zone. I'd be lying if I said that I haven't been feeling a little bit maybe discouraged with this grind, with the moose grind. When I went out, there were at least every other lap I'd find a level 5, whether he's a troll or not, or a rare, or something that made it worthwhile to continue pushing myself on that grind. And this whitetail grind has just felt so just dead in the water since that very first just initial spawn rare. I saw that and was just juiced all about it, you know, ready to get going. And then since then, it has just not, it ain't been it, Chief. It has been pretty rough. So we're going to reset time again. A second reset of our lap around here. It's going to cost us $1,800. And this is what I'm talking about, where if I go to reset it again, oh, it's still 1,800. What if I said, oh, weird. The cost for resetting increases with each use temporarily. Weird. Okay, so I guess it's just stuck at 1,800, which honestly is not the worst thing in the world. So this zone is another one that we're running towards, this one here. It is an all-female zone. When there is a male here, he is a level 1. Sometimes he's a huge straggler. But when he's here, he's a level 1. This zone has had constant level 2s, just probably 3 to 5 level 2s at a time in this zone. And then this one, we typically get 1 level 2. And then coming down here, we'll occasionally get a level 2 here. And this one I've just recently found as well. And I'm actually going to try a different approach this time. Looks like we're stuck in a tree, just wasting time. So usually I will loop from here to here, and this one becomes a bit chaotic from the shrub coverage. And then I loop myself around here. But as you can see from the topography line, it doesn't really work to get to here. So actually I'm going to try clearing up here. I'll get to this one, and then I'm going to fast travel back to this tent, and I'm going to make my way this way and see if coming here and then getting around here, if I get a better line of sight to both of them. So now we are at this lake, and I'll show you the female zone that I'm talking about. Usually they're actually way over here, which is a little bit interesting. Well, actually it's not interesting because that's where their zone is. So usually they are over here. Yeah. There's our female. That's typically what you see here. There is a level 1 that's typically with them. However, he's not there now. And then across the way, we have a level 2, a level 1, level 2. What else do we got out here? Level 1. So we're dropping off on this zone as well. Back to 2 level 2s. Oh, wait. Are there 3 level 2s? I think there's 3. Yeah, there's 3 level 2s. Okay. Like I said, 3 to 5. There were 5 at one point, but they've respawned as level 1s. So we are going to try and snag all of these level 2s. And this is going to be great with the 308, I hope. Because with the 50 inline, it has been a little bit rough to try and get stuff out of this zone. So let's take him, and then we'll see. Gonna 0 for 330 yards. If we can get... Oh, wow. I was not expecting to smoke him. Okay. So that was cool. Yeah, intended exactly how I wanted it to go. You don't want to get more than 3. 3 is the max. 4 will delete your zones. Sometimes deleting your zones can be good. I actually have a spot up here where I would like to delete one of these zones. Well, I did want to delete one of these zones, but this one ended up being just a... Sorry, I want to make sure I wasn't running in the water. This one ended up being a level 1 only spawn, so I found a route where I can get this one, I can take a shot across here, and then I can take this one. So I ended up finding a way to make that work, and actually it's turned into a great little zone, because I don't have to worry about... Oh, a level 3. No way. No way. Okay, the game listened. Our first level 3. Oh my god. He'll probably troll 248 to 288. He's not guaranteed, but I don't even care. Before I pick up these guys, I'm going to go get him. Oh, yes. Oh, if he's a diamond, I'm going to be so reinvigorated for this grind. Oh, man. How far out was he? Gonna put a marker on him so I don't spook him. Ooh, our first level 3 of the grind. That's so exciting in this video, too. Wow. Okay, so we'll pick up these 2. We'll pick up that third guy after we get our level 3 over here. So that's going to put us at 231 kills after we pick up these 2. I only log them when I pick them up so that if I get distracted, I don't end up logging it. I don't know whether to count ones that get away or not. I guess typically what I've been doing, which is a little bit weird, is if I made the choice to not go get them, I've been counting them. But if I just completely forgot to go get them, I don't. He looks wide to me. Oh man, please, please be a diamond. And we're going to take this guy with the 50 inline in spirit of the challenge I set forth for myself. So we're probably going to take the shot from here. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know whitetail diamonds at all. Okay, I need to get a better angle there. Oh, he started twitching. Please. Okay, oh, God, did we get him? That's dropping really slow for the 50. That's dropping really slow for the 50, I hope. Oh boy, did we mess up our first ever level 3 whitetail. Oh, I'm going to be nervous. Or I am nervous. I'm going to be super disappointed in myself. Oh no, okay. Well, I'll log them as our first level 3. So in 231 whitetail kills, we got 1 level 3. Which that alone is insane. Oh god. If we messed him up, please have been a troll. I will be so disappointed otherwise. Oh, man. Oh, what do I want? Oh, I think, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now don't be a troll. Don't be a troll. Be a diamond. I see the ivory on him. Oh, I think he's a diamond. No. No, our first level 3's a troll. Are you serious? You've got to be kidding. Our first level 3's a troll. Wow. That sucks. Well, that's our first troll. Oh, that is very indicative of how this grind is going for me. I'll run back and grab this guy real quick. Dang, that really sucks. Well, just gonna move on, keep going through the map. Maybe we have another level 3. Maybe this was just like the warm up, you know? Oh boy. Troll for our first level 3. 231 kills for one level 3. I wonder if that ratio is going to continue. Is it going to be another 231 kills before our second level 3? Oh, that's such a bummer, man. I almost taxed him just to replace one of our small golds that are still in our whitetail circle. Maybe I should have. I don't know. Um, it's fine. Whatever. Oh, I'm so disappointed now. This is what it is. Also, I don't know if anybody else. My Apex account is absolutely connected. I can't get the Easter skins. So, oh well. I mean, you saw in the beginning I collected my weekly. I can do these dailies if I want. I haven't really been doing the dailies because they haven't been aligning with, um, the whitetail grind, harvesting hares and rabbits with uncommon fur types, and then harvesting wildlife in Africa. So there's another level 2. I'm gonna log them real quick. If this would work, that'd be great. 232. All right, and then we will come over here and try our new approach. Man, I'm still bumming on that. Oh, it could have been our first diamond and in our guide video too. Instead, all the whitetailers making me look like a chump. Hey, if you do this whitetail grind on Mississippi Acres, you too could be trolled. No, I think I think I spent all of my luck on the big gold whitetail, the big gold melanistic whitetail that I got in our initial spawn, and since then he just sucked all of the mojo out of this map. That one whitetail used up all of it, and now we're having to recover. I know that there are a lot of people out there who would happily kill another 230 whitetail to get a melanistic of that size. So I'm just going to be grateful that I have them and try and accept the fact that, we just got trolled. It is what it is. Let's move on. Move on, David. Move on. Okay, where was this drink zone? Oh, it's way over there. Okay. Over on the other side, I think I'm going to go this way around this lake to get over here. And this is a lake I haven't checked in a while as well. So it's always good to just go back to places you haven't been in a while and just double check that nothing has spawned there, especially if you ever delete a zone, whether it's on purpose, on accident, whatever happens, if a zone gets deleted, and you're grinding for that animal, you need to go and check your whole map because that zone's going to respawn. It's probably not going to respawn in the same exact spot. It'll more than likely be in a completely random spot, somewhere that you haven't been before or nearby to something else. But it's going to come back. It's not just going to stay gone, So be sure to go back and check if you end up deleting zones. Go back and check your entire map. I've not had that issue on this map yet since I've been using the 50 inline until this video where I kind of made that shift where I think I'm going to start using that 308. Why not? I think I am going to be using that 308 and taking rares and diamonds with the 50. So I might start running into that issue. I'm going to try and be careful, but especially in really packed areas like up here, it's probably going to happen where I just get stuck with maybe deleting a zone or two. But I'm going to try and be careful about it. We have gotten a lot of zones down to not very many level 2s anymore. A lot of them are a lot of level 1s because of that herd management. So maybe I'll be okay going forward since I've already done that part of the grind, but I don't know. let's see what we have going on over here. Okay, we're pretty close to them, actually. There, I know that there's a male. There he is. Of course, he's the one behind a tree. Why wouldn't he be? All right, so yeah, that's it out here. Let's go ahead. I'm just going to take him real quickly. Should be able to sneak that in. Yeah, we got him. And then I'm curious if this helps us get this zone, which I imagine it's going to. Last time I went there, it was pretty chaotic, but I'm pretty sure I saw that it had changed to a level 1 zone. So I don't think I really need to worry about that too much anymore. But we'll see. And let me know if you're doing your own whitetail grind, what map you're doing it on. This sort of walkthrough, it pertains to any map. It's exactly how you'd go through. Obviously, this is my lap through Mississippi. It'd be much more similar than something like grinding moose on Medved, right? It's going to look very different, but the idea is still exactly the same. You just want to get to your zones, you want to shoot all the animals there, and then grab your respawns. So just like that, we grabbed him. And then I am going to kind of make this wide and come out. But yeah, let me know if you're doing your own whitetail grind, if you want to do your own whitetail grind, if you're doing some other great one grind, or you can use this method for diamond grinding, rare grinding. It's all the same grinding. You're just shooting a lot of animals and hoping that what you want spawns in. I think the next thing I'm going to be doing after we get the whitetail great one is I might take a bit of a break from great one grinding, at least for a quick minute, and go and get some multi-mounts that I would like one that I definitely want for my trophy lodge is with my great one moose. I would love to get, I think it's the pheasant that's in the moose multi-mount. I'd love to get a diamond or a rare pheasant if that's what it is, or whatever it is if it's not a pheasant, and get a cool multi-mount for him. I'd also love, and hopefully this gets, what is going on here? This zone has never been this big. And it's also always had a male. But this looks like an all-female zone. So that's a little weird. That's definitely a better approach. So I'll just come back and check that next time as well. But one thing I'd love to get is a albino male whitetail for the whitetail multi-mount. Because I have the piebald, I have a melanistic. I'd love to get just like all three. I think would look really, really cool. And I'm hoping we get that from this grind. But if we don't, I might go out on like Reventuli and start a whitetail grind out there just for a what's it called? A albino male whitetail. If I can put the albino female that I got in the multi-mount, I'll probably just do that if I don't get a male from this grind. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, I know that there is a group of deer down here, and tense animals will spook if you're under, I think it's 260 yards when you spawn in. If the deer is closer than 260 yards, or any animal is closer than 260 yards, they'll spook and run away. Outposts, I've noticed it's more like 160, which is still a little weird on some maps where there is outposts like right on the water. It's very awkward. I'm sure you saw that earlier on this map, and I'll show you in a second here. After I find the zone, I know that there's a whitetail zone over here. And I want to say it was off to the right. We're still well within time. So I'm just going to take this a little bit slow so that I can at least find the zone. And if I don't tag the whitetail, I'm going to run up. And the drink zones will show up during the animal's drink time, whether they're there or not. So one thing you can do is say you spook the animals and they run away, but you want to remember where that zone is. Well, you can just run up to where they were spooked, and then you can click on their zone on the ground, and it'll still give it to you. Now, I'm not seeing the whitetail actually over here. is a little bit weird. Maybe it was an alligator spook. It's always a possibility on this map. But I'm going to come over here, and here you go. So you can see here is the drink zone. We might have spooked him on the way down. It's definitely possible. Let's see. That's old, though. So we added this whitetail drink zone to our map. So now I have it, at least here, that I can pay attention to. And we're less than 200 yards away. So it should be okay with that outpost, but it might be one where I have to move things around, which would be kind of annoying. So now we're going to head up to this lake. And I know that this takes a while. We're over an hour into this video now. A full lap takes time, you know. And I know on my Moose Great One grind, I don't even know how many laps I did. But it was 900 kills. And each lap I got about 30 kills out there. So, and it did feel comparable in time. Whether a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, it was definitely comparable. Now we have 2 level 2s. So we're going to try and take both. Love it if you stopped. Yeah, right there. It's perfect, actually. We have 3 level 2s. Okay, interesting. Taking 3 whitetail, even with the 308, is pretty hard without them spooking. So I might just go for... Well, I'm definitely going to go for these 2 first. Yeah. So I think we got 2, though. I didn't quite catch it on that second. We definitely did. And then we just want to look out over here and see. So there's our other whitetail there. And I think I'm just going to take that shot from here. That's a level... No, yeah, it's level 1. Okay, so I'm going to take this shot from here, unless that female is moving directly towards them. And this is the only weird one on this map. I got 2 shots in, so he should definitely go down. That's by far the weirdest one on this map to take, because if I take him from up, when I can see him coming up here, I'm too close to this, and then I'm in an awkward position for this. So what I like to do is take a long shot on that guy. Typically I have been trying to do it with the 50 inline, and which has I don't know if I have actually connected with that drink zone, so that might be our first spawn on that zone. Other than coming up here and doing it wrong a few times. So let's see, I'm going to add 2 to our counter, 235. I'll grab this guy as well. And then the next zone we want to look at is over here. And that's going to be another long shot. But it works for just pathing to pick everything up and get all the zones. So we can see right across, this is that one I was talking about. It's just a level 1 and a female. So we don't have to worry about that one. However, this one is very, very awkward positioning. Maybe what I'll do... You know what I think I will do? I might change up my route and come this way. And then, I'll get a better look here. I can grab this guy, these guys, grab these guys, and then pick up over here. That's absolutely what I'm going to do. I don't know how hard it's going to be to get in line of sight, though. This could be a good one to have a tripod for if I'm going to go about it this way. Yeah, because you see the problem we're having here. You have to cut like 100 yards off of this distance. Yeah, like a tripod right here would be great. Actually, I'm gonna do that real quick. We're gonna grab a tripod. And this is what Great One grinding is all about. It's about figuring out what you need and then adapting to it. So I don't know if I have the space in my bag for this. I also don't have a tripod. So we need to buy another tripod stand. Doesn't matter which one. These are also 16,000, as you can see. So no, I do not have the space. So let's get rid of, why do I even have that in here anymore? Okay, and then what we'll do is we're going to save this loadout as well, so that just so we have it saved. There's not really much else to say there. But now next time we go and we have to get ammo or anything like that, which where are we at with ammo? We're fine. If we have to buy ammo or anything like that and we restock, it'll just auto ask us if we want to buy another tripod. We can just hit yes. And that way, when we come into a position like this again, we don't have to worry about fast traveling back to the tent to come over and set things up, anything like that. It's just already done, right? I don't know the spook distance on setting down tripods, but I know that as long as they're about 100 yards away, I haven't had any issues spooking animals at all. So I'm going to try and place it about 100 yards away. We might spook them this time, but we'll be set up for the future, which will be very nice. So let's put this, yeah, that works. And then we'll come over here. We'll still be like 250 yards out, which is totally fine, especially from a tripod. And I want to make sure that we're over 300 yards from this one. So that way when we take our shots, we aren't spooking them. So I think this is going to be great positioning for the tripod, actually. And then we just want to make sure that we have that line of sight to this guy. And we also need to do this somewhat quickly. It's 1040. So let's come, I think we want it like out here. Yep. Want it like here. Are we 300 yards away? We're not. So if I look out this way, there's our other guys. So we want to make sure. Where are they at? Over here. I think we'll be okay. I'm at least going to give it a go here. So let's see what happens. Do we spook these guys out here? No, they are calm. Do we spook these guys? Nope, they're calm. All right, I'm going to call that mission successful. So we have an awkward shot there into an awkward shot. No, we don't want that one. There were two. I think I'm just going to, for the sake of time, I'm just going to take one. There's the other one. Yeah, just for the sake of in-game time, I'm just going to take that one. We'll go over, we'll grab him, and then we will be able to go over that way and get those guys just before their zone goes away, or they start traveling, rather. And then we are nearing the home stretch. We have this zone to go still. We have this zone, and then we have this line up here. I know that looks like a lot, but this is the fast part of the grind at this point, the fast part of our laps around the lake at this point. So, yeah, I know one thing that made me want to make this. Wow, he like posed for us. One thing that made me want to make this little guide is that when I was first setting up for my Great One Moose, I didn't know if I was doing it right. And every guide that's out there, it tells you how to do it. But it doesn't show you kind of just realistically what to expect as you're going through. And one thing I think is important for myself, at least, is just to be transparent and show you guys my mistakes, lay it all out the way that I do it. And if you have a better way of doing this, please do let me know. I'm always wanting to learn an easier way to do something, a more efficient way to do something, a way just to make my life easier when I'm trying to do this, right? And that's why I looked up videos initially. And while they got me to here, that guy is diamond potential, by the way. 235 to 276. Let's just get our first diamond from a level 2. I'm going to take him with the 50. We dropped him. Let's see if we can get another shot off. Probably not. Ooh, maybe. they going to run back across? Usually they will move as a group, so I'm going to wait just a second here, ready to grab them. But one thing I really wanted to see was if was someone doing just a full lap, going through and showing me exactly what it was. And yeah, I'm not going to pay attention to every single second of the video, right? Like, it's over an hour long. I don't expect anyone to pay attention to every second of the video, but hopefully just seeing the way that it's done, seeing how to go through. This is exactly how I got my Great One moose. I made mistakes going through. There were zones that weren't perfect. I was constantly updating things, blah, blah. He's definitely not a diamond. There were all sorts of things that could have been better. I am well aware of that. Just like is here, I'm still tweaking it as I'm going, and it is what it is. So don't feel like you're missing out on something. Don't feel like you're doing it wrong. You just got to put in the time, and it'll work out. It really, really will. So we're going to reset time again. We were just at about 11 o'clock. And then this place, we start by going to the south. And we want to get a little bit close here just to get out of the 300-yard range to here. Or more than anything, just be mindful of it. But yeah, hopefully with this guide, I'm able to help someone. If that's you, let me know. Get their Great One grind going. Get back on track with their Great One grind. Just kind of confirm that you're not doing things incorrectly, that you're maybe just getting unlucky like me. I'm approaching 240 kills in this grind now. And I've seen one level 3, and it was a troll. So it's definitely, it happens, I have another zone here that the deer aren't here. I know I just reset the time, but they would be there if they were going to be there this time. Chances are a croc spooked them. In this zone, I usually get lucky and the crocs decide to sleep out over here. Today, they're not showing themselves. I guess they're embarrassed for the video. Which is fair. I did not have any of these animals sign waivers, so maybe the crocs just felt bad about that too. I don't know. But here is this guy. I'm probably just going to... Oh, come on. Every time I start getting into a position to take a shot on something, that's when they decide to move. Every time, without fail. So we're going to let them run up. Come on. And those shots are fantastic on whitetail when they lean down like that. You can get straight, you can get a vertebra shot, and if you miss the vertebra shot, you get a lung shot. And the vertebrate will always drop whitetail just in their tracks. They're done. Pretty much any animal, if you get above the spine towards the skull, it'll drop them. But a lot of animals, including whitetails, if you get along the back spine, they will just run for an entirely too long period of time. And, oh, good, these guys are escaping. Yeah, good job. So, anyway, after that, we're going to head to this zone. And we kind of do this, like, zigzag here. And then we'll hit this one and then that one. So, let's pick up this guy. By far the most annoying thing. I know I've said it before, even in this video, but I'm going to say it again. The most annoying thing on this map is the alligators. I mean, we missed out on another zone. I don't know how many we missed out on in this video so far, but it's a decent amount, On Medved, it still happened with the moose grind where Eurasian lynx would spook the moose, but that happened really only in one spot, and it was on the river. Right towards the entrance when I was heading down on the river, they would spook there. But beyond that, I really didn't have many issues with them spooking zones. And even there, it was so open that it didn't really matter because you could just shoot the moose while they were walking across. Here, it's hard enough to even see the whitetail. Like, look at this zone I'm trying to come up on. It's ridiculous. What I might do here is just walk up to... Yeah, I see a leg. So I might just... Man. Sometimes I'll try calling, which is what I was thinking of doing. But I think I'm going to try just strafing off to the side. That might be how I just start approaching this, is coming from the water line. It's probably a smart way to do it. instead of just betting on calling, and then you're waiting for them and hoping that you were even close enough to call, and then they didn't come. Excuse me. And I definitely saw the legs, but we are within like 150 yards now, so we probably spooked them, my guess. So didn't see what was in that zone, but that's where Mississippi gets really annoying, right? It's that happens to everybody that hunts here. And while it's accurate to the terrain, I feel like it's just it's not a satisfying hunting video game experience, in my opinion. I don't know how much of this map will be coming back to. Obviously, we still have like viewer requests where people want me to hunt alligators. Be coming back for those. I'll definitely eventually want maybe like a rare alligator or a diamond alligator or something like that. But the alligators, at least, are going to be easier to farm simply because they're not going to be getting spooked by the deer, right? They do the spooking. So that alone makes them so much easier to deal with over the whitetail. The hardest part with the alligators is just taking them down quickly. However, something I've noticed, I don't know when they updated this, but as long as you get a vitals shot on an alligator, it can go under the water and it'll actually die and then float to the surface. I've been having that happen a lot out on this grind when I shoot an alligator. I thought you had to take them before they got under the water, but that just is not the case anymore. Okay, a level 1. Great. I think we only had one male out here on that side. I'll just kind of strafe and confirm. Yep, level 1, 3 females. Okay. So now we'll look across the lake to an alligator. See there? Not happy. Which means they probably spooked our whitetail. Maybe not. Yeah, no, they're way over here. Okay. Yeah, they're still here, but we're... Oh, that's right. That's our 2 female zone. Oh, no. 3 female zone. So we actually don't need to come to this lake anymore. So mental note there. Now we're going to come to this lake, which we usually get a level 2 out of this zone. The middle one is a level 1. Oh, and then the zone on the far side over here usually has at least 1 level 2, sometimes 2. And it's also really strange where like on Medved for the moose grind, for instance, when I was out there and I would get to zones, I'd know what was going to be there. It was, we would have, you know, a zone with 3 males and 2 females, and that was the zone, right? And every time I went there, that's what the zone looked like. Wow, that was some crazy lag. And on this map, I'll see a zone that has 3 male whitetails and 3 females, and then the next time I come out, they're now all females. Or there's just a level 1 male. And then the next time I come out, some of the males have come back. And I don't really know what that's all about. Maybe that's just kind of an in my head remembering incorrectly. I don't know, but I don't feel like it is. I had a good grasp on how to do all this by doing the Great One Moose grind. So I really don't feel like it's like my personal inaptitude to do this. I feel like it's more so the game. Oh god. Wow. That was a really fast alert. Anyway, I feel like it's less so my inaptitude and more just the game acting funny. So that was our level 1 zone that you just saw running away right here. Don't have to worry about that. This one, we only ended up getting 1 of the whitetail that's there. That's okay. And then we'll run across. It almost looked like we might have spooked the far zone as well. How close are we to that? No, we shouldn't have. So if that zone's spooked, it's definitely due to an alligator. but we're going to run back over across the shoreline and see what's going on. And with this zone, I was thinking if we could move the tent. I don't really think so. I don't think there's a much better spot than that. So we're just going to leave it. I haven't had issues with alligators spooking that zone yet, but maybe this is going to be the first time. They're right along that ridge line usually. What in-game time is it? 9:40, so that shouldn't be the problem. Alright, well, they're spooked, so now we're going to go to the final leg of our lap. Oh, and today I think that's going to be the end of my journey. I'm going to do the one lap and call it good. I'm trying to get out and grind some more, but I just, it's hard when you don't find anything. It's hard to stay motivated. I always get this message over here. We're right on the edge of the map. But let's see what's out here. If I get some reinvigoration. These guys are usually right along the shoreline. I've never had them not be here. So that's a little weird. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. Okay. Well, we will pass them up then. That's very odd, though. These guys are always on the shoreline as well, but I don't see them either. So let's see what's going on here. Maybe they are just in weird positions, mixing it up, making it even harder. Let's see. Not seeing anything back here. Not getting warning calls. Nothing. There's the drink zone. I mean, you can see it right here. Okay. What about this zone? See anything in the brush? A fox warning call. What is this, man? It is 9:50. These two zones have by far been my most consistent. Every single lap, there is a level 2 just standing on the riverbank. But this time there's nothing. Oh, there goes a female. That was weird. Okay, well, it's a bit of a bummer. Missed out on that zone. Maybe the other one was similar. I don't really know. We'll go to this one next. This one has been the same. What the? Why are you way over here? That's so weird. Oh, nice. We at least got him. I think we actually got him with the one bullet. So that's nice that we at least got him. I'm very, very odd how he was set up there. I don't really understand what was going on. But we managed to salvage it, so I guess that is all that matters in this case. So we'll grab him. And those are the other important things about these grinds, is just making sure that you get them down regardless of whether you ruin the trophy or not. If they're not a diamond, a rare, or a great one, it doesn't matter if you ruin that trophy, right? So there's no reason for you to spend a bunch of time trying to get a perfect shot or something like that. If you're going to shoot something in the butt and get it in its intestines, it'll still go down. Especially a whitetail, it'll go down pretty quick. See, what is this drink zone? Why are you drinking up there? And where's the male? Oh, God. Are these going to turn into horrible drink zones, too? Sure looking like it. So I'm going to have to, like, wander through the trees back there, too. Oh man, Mississippi. Mississippi acres. You certainly exist. You certainly do exist. Is that a male? Yes. That looks like maybe a level 1 male. Come on, let me tag. No, level 2. Okay. Thank God I took my time here. Now I have to find a spot where I can get a shot. And now that we're like 100 meters away from him, it's just, we have to move so slow, be super careful. We should, of freaking course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, bud? Can we get far enough out into the water? I'm hoping that when she goes down to drink, we're far enough out into the water that we might be able to take a shot over her. Drink! She shook her head no. Alright, well, I took that shot. He's dropping. It's a spine shot. It's going to take a minute, but he'll go down. This one is another weird spot on my map. And then this one over here is my very last one. So we will come up. We're going to grab this guy. I'll show you. This one's kind of interesting, actually. It's very strange that it even works, I will say, but it works. So I'm not one to complain about that. So let's see what we can make happen here. And of course we are going to grab him. It was a super sketchy shot, just straight over the female, but I wasn't about to wait forever for him to get into a better position for us. It's just going to take forever and not be fun. We're just going to follow his tracks and go grab him. We're 194 away. That one I can sprint to about 160 away, which is what I plan on doing. And then we're going to need to walk the rest of the way. And of course, we're kind of zigzagging through trying to find this guy. It's why I try not to take shots like that, but I wasn't just going to sit there waiting forever either. So kind of just got to make a call. And that is the call I made. But he's already at 0%, 0 to 25. So he should be right up here anytime. And there he is. So yeah. And then we're just going to walk over to that tripod. And I'll show you something pretty interesting about that one. That drink zone, it's always they always drink in the exact same spot of that zone. Now, granted, this lap through has been just really strange on this top end of the map, so maybe they've moved and I'm gonna get screwed here. It's definitely possible, but I'm gonna walk up. Hopefully I can show you this, because it's always kind of funny how close I am to them and how it just doesn't spook them. I don't have to crouch ever. I just can't sprint, and I can make it all the way up here, even get into the tripod and then take our shots. Tripod doesn't spook them, nothing. This setup should not work. I don't know why it does, but hey, I am absolutely here for it. I am very thankful that it works. And yeah, I'll show you it in a second here. They're just going to be right over there if they're still in the same zone. I hope I don't get made a fool of here. It's certainly possible. Let's see, enter. No, they are. So we're like 150 yards away. There's our 2 level 2s. Still no level 3s. Well, that's not true. We got 1 level 3. Just, oh, come on. These guys are alerting so fast. All right. Well, we got 1, and then we're going to make our run to over here. After we grab this guy, of course. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little kind of tutorial. I'll show you my loadout and give a few more tips and tricks at the very end of this video if that's something that you're interested in checking out. Again, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped a subscription on the channel. It really helps me out, and it just constantly motivates me to make better and better videos for everybody. That's not something I'm already trying to do, but it certainly doesn't hurt. It doesn't. It brings a lot of extra motivation. Just keeps the wheels turning, you know. So I appreciate each and every one of you that have made it this far into the video. I'd also appreciate dropping just a like on it. And then if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I do answer every single comment that I get. I spend quite a bit of time answering comments on TikTok. On YouTube, it's definitely a little bit slower, but I do take my time to respond to everybody on there. We do viewer requests every Tuesday and Thursday where you can shoot me any animal with any gun that you'd like me to hunt them with. Anything from birdshot on a bear to a, I don't know, the 410 or 470 nitro on a bird. So I've gotten crazy suggestions. I've gotten normal suggestions, and then they all go in a lodge. Give you a shout out if that's something you're interested in being involved with. Just drop it in the comments below. And if I like or respond to it in any way, I have you on my list of viewer requests. We do spin a randomizer wheel in Discord, which that link is in the description if you want to make sure that you see the wheel spin and everything like that for the viewer request. You want to see your name on the list. That is only in Discord. I'm not going to be going through that list for every comment asking when they're going to be featured. We get 3 to 5 per viewer request video, as well as a few random ones and random other videos. So we get a lot of viewer requests. I'm super thankful for that, but I cannot personally keep up with telling you when you're going to be featured. It's completely random. So it's a lot of fun though. Making the videos is a lot of fun. I've been spawn camped by lions from those videos. I have blasted some rabbits into just oblivion and everything in between. So killed a Cape Buffalo without ever even touching him. There's been some wild stuff. So it's been fun. This video, or this drink zone again is a bust due to the crocodiles. So at that point, what I would do is I would zoom all the way out and I would fast travel here, right where we started. And then it's just a matter of rinse repeating. And you do this until you get your great one, you get your diamond, you get your rare, whatever it is that you're looking for. This is the process. And I know that it is kind of stale when you just look at it like this, right? But what makes it fun is when you get past your unlucky streak. I am on an unlucky streak, okay? I'm like approaching 230 kills with nothing to show for it. I finally got one level 3. He's a troll. So, I mean, it happens, right? You just got to fight through those unlucky streaks. And actually, it looks like this zone over here is evolved. So, again, it's good to go and catch up on old zones. Always be sure to go and do that. One female is now at this zone, attentive. We're still 200 away, though, so it's from crocodiles. The rest of the zone's been spooked. Yeah, again, if you like this, be sure to follow. I post Call of the Wild content almost daily, as well as other mixed in content. And yeah, I really appreciate you being here this far. If you've made it this far, I hope that this video helps you get your own great one. If you get a great one, be sure to let me know. If you go over to TikTok and you post your great one over there, I want to come check it out. And I know that a lot of creators say that. I'm serious. I'll come over to your page and I'll check it out and I'll look at it and tell you if I think it's cool. You know, I'll just give you my honest opinion. I'm not going to blow a bunch of smoke up your ass or anything like that. Yeah, I'm happy to have you as part of the community. And anyways, that's enough rambling for me. I'm going to go get some lunch and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.